Every country has their special symbols. Some have official status, while others have gained importance and widespread recognition without attaining special government approval. In my home country of Canada, the maple leaf would have to be the #1 symbol representing the country and one's patriotism. South of the border, it's the Stars and Stripes and the red, white, and blue of the American flag. I mean, colors aren't exactly symbols, but there is a level of significance behind such combinations. So what about Lithuania? What are the important symbols of this country? Let's find out in today's video. When it comes to the official symbols of Lithuania, my job of creating this video is made super easy with the government's webpage on symbols of the Republic of Lithuania. There are 6 things listed on this page, with one being the national anthem. Don't hate me for this, but I'm going to exclude the national anthem from this video and stick to the visual symbols only. I'll definitely need to discuss the national anthem at some point, but just not in this video. But for the official visual symbols, let's start with the national flag of Lithuania. This is described as being 3 equal horizontal colored stripes arranged with the yellow above, green in the middle, and red below. The official width and length ratio of the national flag is 3:5. In 1918, the Council of Lithuania approved this design as an interim national flag of Lithuania. Gradually, the design was accepted by the nation. The Constitution of the Republic of Lithuania of 1928 legalized only one national flag of yellow, green, and red. In the Constitution of the Republic of Lithuania of 1938, this tricolor flag was referred to as the flag of the Lithuanian nation. Do the colors mean anything specific? Well, according to the official Seimas website, it doesn't seem like it. An earlier proposed flag had just red and green, and this website says that these 2 colors were chosen because of their prevalence in the national costume and sashes. Tadas Daugirdas, an archaeologist, suggested placing a yellow stripe between the green and red to symbolize the dawn. Now, I'm not sure how yellow ended up on the top, but probably most of you out there, like me, remember the order of the colors as being sun in the sky, green grass below it, and blood spilled on the ground, since red often symbolizes blood of martyrs. Apparently, the presence of 3 equal stripes symbolizes universal equality before law. On that note, these have become the national colors of Lithuania. And so whether it be basketball jerseys, ribbons, or socks, the presence of these 3 colors together makes a bold statement of patriotism and love for Lithuania. The next 2 symbols are so similar to each other that I'll just talk about them together: the national coat of arms and the historical national flag. Both of these feature the vitis, a white or silver armored knight on a white or silver horse, holding in his right hand a white or silver sword above his head. The knight has a blue shield with a double yellow or gold cross on it. This hangs on the left shoulder of the knight. This symbol is placed against a red background. The flag will be a rectangular piece of cloth, while the coat of arms will be more like a shield or a crest. In day-to-day life, you'll see the vitis apart from the red background. Quite often, I see him on the sides of cars. This symbol also features on clothing. For example, at the Lithuanian clothing store Audimas, there are a few products which feature an all-red crest with the vitis. A little side note here, Belarus has a similar symbol, which I believe is known as the bahonia. The reason for the similarity of national symbols is that both countries were part of the much larger Grand Duchy of Lithuania, and thus share some common heritage. But for our last 2 official symbols, we have the columns of the Gediminids and the double cross. I'm going to read right off the government site for some of this, since there's not much more I can add. Since 1397, the columns of the Gediminids were undoubtedly used on the coat of arms for Grand Duke Vytautas of Lithuania. It's believed that a similar symbol may have been used by his father, Duke Kęstutis of Trakai. After Vytautas' death, the symbol was taken over by his brother Sigismund Kęstutaitis. At first, the columns were used to represent the family. However, since the 16th century, the successors of King Jogaila of Poland started using them in Lithuania as well. The columns then became the symbol of the whole dynasty of Grand Duke Gediminas. The symbol, as a distinctive sign, has been adopted by the Lithuanian army, aviation, and other public authorities. And finally, the double cross appeared for the first time in the seal of King Jogaila of Poland in 1386. At first, it was used in the personal insignia of Jogaila, and later on, it became the emblem of the Jagiellonian dynasty. Since the double cross came into being right after the baptism of the king, it's likely that the symbolism of the double cross was connected with this event, significant for both Jogaila and the entire land. When it comes to these historic symbols, it sounds like they've survived the test of time and Soviet occupation. In fact, all symbols of statehood were banned during the Soviet occupation. Severe punishments were imposed for their usage up until the National Reform Movement. However, though banned, these symbols were not actually abandoned in public life and were instead used underground. And then here are a few other official things that aren't listed on the government site, well, at least not in the English version. So the national flower of Lithuania is the rue plant, ruta in Lithuanian. It's apparently a symbol of virtue and maidenhood. The national bird of Lithuania is the white stork. There are a few other symbols that are well recognized in Lithuanian life, so I thought I would mention them as well. The iron wolf, or geležinis vilkas in Lithuanian, is a mythical character from the medieval legend of the founding of Vilnius.
When one of our Grand Dukes, who was called Gediminas, he had hunting season in vicinity of contemporary Vilnius, and during one night when he had dream, he dreamed iron wolf standing on the hill and howling. Next day he asked his wise man, what does it mean? And his wise man said that, look Duke, you have to build here a castle which will turn into the strong, famous city.
The iron wolf is one of the major symbols of Vilnius and is used by sports teams and within the Lithuanian military, scouting organizations, and others. Gediminas Castle Tower is itself a symbol of national importance. The outline of the tower has been integrated into the logo for the city of Vilnius too. Additionally, the castle tower also appears with a more youthful vibe as the mascot of the Vilnius 700-year anniversary celebrations. And then basketball is, of course, a huge part of Lithuania, and it could be argued that some of the country's teams and their logos have become quite well known. Maybe it's just me, but it feels like I see the Žalgiris logo around a lot more than the Rytas logo, which is quite funny since I live in Vilnius and Žalgiris is the team of Kaunas, while Rytas is the Vilnius team. But if you look closely at the Rytas logo, you'll notice that it includes both an iron wolf and the columns of the Gediminids. Cool, right? Apparently, there are also a whole bunch of Baltic pagan symbols as well. Now, I don't think I'll cover them for today's video, but I guess in these modern times, all of these pagan symbols are used in more decorative purposes, symbolizing Lithuania's ancient Baltic pagan heritage. But to wrap things up, I want to ask you, do you have a favorite Lithuanian symbol? I'd love to hear what it is and why, so leave it down in the comment section. For the Lithuanian word of the day, let's go with the word ženklas, which means sign, token, or badge. Ženklas. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.